Nigerians want one Nigeria, Secession, agitators only out for financial gains. Presidency. The presidency on Tuesday has said separatist agitators such as IPOB, Professor Banjo Akintoye, Sunday Igboho, Asari Dokuba are mercantile agents who are only out for pecuniary gains. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, disclosed this on Tuesday while giving a scorecard of the Buhari administration at an event organized by the APC Professional Forum. Igboho had recently unilaterally declared the Southwest was no longer part of Nigeria. During his declaration, the self-acclaimed activist said the major resources of Nigeria were in the hands of Northerners, stressing that Yorubas were being killed and their land taken over. Dokuba also announced establishment of Biafra customary government, in which he incorporated some parts of the southeast and south-south as part of the territory. Kanu has been demanding a separate state of Biafra. Also, Professor Banjo Akintoye has insisted on the creation of a Yoruba Republic, saying that agitation for restructuring of Nigeria is too late for Yoruba people. But Shehu said that the Buhari-led government cannot be intimidated or bullied into giving into threats of such agitators. But why are you feeling bullied? No one is bullying anybody. We're just asking that we have a choice, we vote, and then we decide. It's as simple as that. So again, what does that show of the government if such claims and agitation bully or threaten the government? Does that show the government is scared of something and they are weak to handle, the things that come with the democracy that they might not like or agree with for their own personal purposes? Exactly. Describing them as mercantile agents who are only out for pecuniary gains, the presidency said Buhari would not open the vaults to share free money with anyone. No one is asking to share money. And I think the manipulative tactic of the government is to change the storyline and make it seem like as if we're always after money, when really the real money chasers are them. He said on the unity of the country and the calls for succession and the institution that, and the insinuation the presidency is not talking, the presidency has been talking, and our position is clearly that this country is one, united by the grace of God. We will continue to be united. Well, first of all, which God and which presidency? Because first of all, you have to come out and speak on these things. Have press conferences, and not by you or what somebody wrote or by his media person. He has to come out and say this for himself and reassure the government or reassure the people of Nigeria that, you know what, we are doing these things to make sure that you as Nigerians, you love your stay as being, Nigerians, and that you have benefits to being Nigerians and citizens of this country when you step out into the world. Something like that will reassure Nigerians and maybe change what is going on. But you're not choosing to do that. And then you are surprised. I mean, again, we've come here from a very long... We all have a role to play in getting to this point. So basically, that's what I wanted to say. So yeah, we've all had a role in playing this, and unfortunately, on both sides, well, on the side of the government, they've been really babied, and they haven't really done anything significant for the government. Why? Because Nigerians have been put in positions where they've had to provide it themselves. I mean, come on now. If you're depending on the government to take care of you, how will that work? And again, I think that with Nigerians always taking care of things by themselves, Nigerians have just sort of made their own rules, made their own economy, just made everything for themselves without government intervention, proper government intervention. The government wants to intervene when it suits them. And what has now happened is we're very much... How would we go back to obeying if everything should change and then the laws are being properly applied? How would we even go, or did we even start by obeying? First was military, which was forced, but then do we actually go by obeying what they say? Because that don't make sense. Because if you're not used to a country where you're given orders and you follow it, then I don't understand. So again, I think that Buhari has to come out and say these things and make the country better, because he can, because every government who has been in the presidency can, led by different people, but they can, and that's it, because they have the resources, and they're basically being just mislocating it. That's what they're doing. So yeah, you just look at the manipulative patterns of the government. They twist the stories, chase people. I mean, look at what they did to Shore and all that, like in a country like Nigeria. Like, how does that make sense? And the thing is, no one does anything because we're just so detached from our government where it's like, okay, we leave them to do certain things. But again, if we're, I think death is the one thing we're afraid of. But then when it's your time first of all, and second of all, in the country, your life expectancy actually drops with the lack of infrastructure. If you talk about the amount of probable and preventable deaths, let's say by bad road, by poor healthcare, poor education, or lack of opportunities, lack of jobs, there are ways for you not to survive and eventually end up dead, and the probabilities will add up, and they're very huge, being very honest. Even if you have money in the country, and then even if you have a lot of money, because of how the value of the country goes up and down, you traveling abroad would literally be, would never necessarily be a a plannable experience, because you're like, okay, fine, I'm gonna now travel out, and then my cost will just unnecessarily increase. And for healthcare, that is a lot. And so to think that even big corporations are now paying taxes in the country where they literally fund and sustain their living off of that, and to think that because of such high taxes and such bad economic relevance and all that, foreign investments have dropped significantly. So again, it's, they know what to do, but I'm just highlighting the problems of the country and how leadership is so bad. So again, the manipulative ways in terms of changing the narrative just shows everywhere, and I'm highlighting how they literally do not even do their job. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe we've come to this point where we do it by ourselves, so they don't feel obliged to do our jobs. But then again, it's just like Nigerians wanting one Nigeria. How do you know they want one Nigeria? Who wants one Nigeria? In a very honest, we need to have a honest conversation and decide what we want in the country. That is it. And so it's like, who wants whose money? That's the real question. And who are you paying dividends to? Silence, because they can't answer that. So again, it's very important that we're on track. We're on track. We understand what's happening. And again, who are they trying to deceive? So I don't know if it's good to focus on all that, because again, the man does not speak. The man is he's always been represented by people that we don't even have connections with. Like, they're just random people. And yeah, so if not for this government, these people will not be relevant. It's sad. Put what you think in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.